like check to see if these two have fought each other before in the past. They have not, as far as I know. So it's gonna be the first time that they have fought each other in bracket and tournament. But with that being said, we're gonna be jumping into game number 1 between these two players. They're gonna be starting off on Battlefield. I could see this definitely like being a really good stage for Yaz right now. Just falling uphill covers so much space.
Yeah, you would think platforms immediately just give the swordsman the advantage, especially someone like Ike, who's just aerials can just lead into everything that he does. So right now, DKWill's gonna have to, like I said before, do a really good job of keeping the space, going in only when necessary. And right now, we're seeing already, Yez is not taking a hit, and DKWill almost at 120%. And that is a
that counter
dead
is so
DKWill.
good. That's exactly what. That was really good stuff from Yaz. Just really played that stock so cleanly. Anytime you have a hitbox going up from a long distance and you kill through the counter, there is probably no reason you should be letting them live at that point. Yaz's juggle and the ability to put on that much damage is just so scary.
Yeah, and right now we're seeing just so much of DKWill just kind of rushing in, not being patient enough, and just getting punished heavily for it. And a recovery like that is not going to really... Oh my god. The madman in Yez with that upbeat kill.
Listen, he's a stock up. You can keep on trading up until you find yourself taking the win. So, and Yez go...
No!
Oh my god. That's Yaz sometimes. I feel like Yaz is always really unpredictable every time I've seen him play. Because anytime you go off stage against him and he's a stock up, maybe he has the disadvantage in terms of percent, he will immediately try to reset. He'll try to take your stocks like that. He's got places to be. That was one of the most dominant game ones I've ever seen. And it's been a minute, and these are two really formidable players. And
I talked about how DKWill is a player that typically throws the matchup chart out into the garbage and plays with his heart. I think he may want to grab that matchup chart out of that trash can right now. That was a really tough game one coming out. Yez just really had full control the entire time, and even the moments where we saw going into that final stock, DKWill finally start to get some strings going, getting those back air strings to send him off. But again, with the recovery so limited like DK, and just having that counter alone just makes it so difficult for DK to even think about going off stage whatsoever. And we just saw immediate, got punished for it.
Yeah, as DK, I don't even know what you can do other than hold on to your double jump and hope that you don't get sent far enough to the point that you have to up B. But then obviously high and low mix-ups are going to be so important in getting back onto the stage against Ike, but Yaz just seems to have such a good understanding of the space that DKWill can threaten the space that he is going to travel through and tracked him and countered him.
Yeah, I feel like with DK, it's way too risky. Again, with his limited recovery, you could say just recover high. I think DK is way too limited and way too punishable to even think about recovering high. So you kind of just gotta hope that in the terms of Yez edge guarding you or ledge guarding you, you gotta hope that they just don't get the right option. You try and just get to the ledge as quick as possible, and they just happen to miss their edge guard.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta hope for the best sometimes. Game number 2, they're gonna be opting to go for Kalos. A little bit of a wider stage, flatter, gonna make it a little bit more difficult for Yaz to make use of uphill as he did last game, but...
Mind you, this is almost already as much damage as DKWill put onto Yez in game 1.
That's it, yeah, in the previous 15 seconds. That just, really speaks to how dominating game 1 was.
Yeah, it's kind of just taking all into account everything that you... Oh, great tech coming out from DKWill.
Yeah, being on a stage with flat sides like that definitely gonna come in super clutch. Yaz loves to make use of down air like that at the ledge. It's just gonna mean you're gonna live a little bit longer, and that's exactly what you need right now because DKWill just trying to find that opening, but jumping in a little bit too aggressively, getting called out.
It's so interesting because a move like the short hop back air for DK is usually such a good shield pressure move, and just especially for a heavy. But the second you put beefy and even somewhat fast swordsman like Ike and his aerials into the equation, it kind of just mutes the entire option of the short hop back air.
Yeah, DKWill just barely even gets the time to be in air at all, not threatened by a hitbox, and then close enough to even begin to threaten with back air. Just he still is struggling to find a way to get past all of Yez's hitboxes right now. Yez fighting his way back onto the stage, getting that landing called out though.
Oh, still not gonna kill. Wow. DKWill missing the punish, and Yez able to get back to the stage. Yez missing the up smash and gets a back throw for his efforts. DKWill finally finding the first stock on his own right here.
Gotta say, the way that Yez is just making himself so difficult to hit, whenever he's like already close enough to DKWill, there's always a safe hitbox coming out at every possible moment, and that F smash, beautiful coverage. Again, Yez just so comfortable with understanding what options punish what at what distance.
Yeah, oh my god! The absolute disrespect, the absolute madman.
Just so comfortable with understanding what options punish what at what distance.
All I know how to describe it is, yes. Oh my god! In Rinner's round 1 of top 64.
Yeah, Yez just kind of ran off, was able to, you know, once again recognize I'm a stock up. I have no reason not to go for this. I know for the fact that this is going to lead into a kill. That's exactly what you have to do off stage against super heavies. You know, you keep boxing them with them on stage. You know, you keep letting them play their game. Matchups start to feel a little bit better than they actually are. But as soon as you keep them off stage and they're forced into that limited exploitable recovery option, you have to make sure that not only are you just getting a hit, but you're getting kills at the right times too. And Yez has just established, like, yeah, he knows the exact distances. He knows what buttons cover what option